Hello and welcome. This is James Blanchard Cisneros. Today I'll be reading the March 14th Daily Inspirational Message, the condensed version. It's 2 paragraphs long. Then I'll center myself, say a little prayer, and then make a couple comments on the message. And I trust that it will assist both of us on our journeys. Okay, here we go. The title, Being of Service by Being Your Truest Self. Paragraph 1. Today let us practice being of service to others by simply extending and expressing our truest self. Our truest self is the love that our Creator created us to be. Let us set aside the concepts of chance and coincidence and recall that because our journeys are a sacred co-creation with God, we're always where we are needed. Where we are is where God meets us. If we're before other beings, it is because God is entrusting us with His children. If God trusts us with His children, then we should no longer doubt ourselves. Out of close to 8 billion people, God has for a moment in time, a moment in time united us with them. The divine understands that together we can help each other achieve a greater sense of self-awareness and reach a higher level of consciousness. Every person who is in front of us is truly God's gift. Paragraph 2. Today, let us recall that service is love put into action. Anytime we're being of service, we're being who we were created to be. There are numerous ways we can be of service, and by doing so, help us reinforce our union with God. Today, let us see each and every person that is presented to us as an opportunity to unite with God. By serving any part of the divine, any of God's creations, we serve God. Today, before any interaction, consciously unite with God in your loving essence and nature. Then ask the divine what expression of love you're here to offer. When you are kind, compassionate, forgiving, and understanding, you're being and beaming the truth in you. When you're listening without judgment, offer hope to those who are feeling hopeless, or joy to those who are sad, you're representing the truth in you, God on earth. All right. Being of service by being your truest self. Let's divide this into 5 simple sections. First, we have to remember that we are God's creations. We are love. And so the easiest way to learn how to be of service, how to represent your truest self, is to ask, okay, what would love think, say, and do right now? So that's the first thing. If you're doubting yourself about how you can be of service, okay, what would love think right now? What would love do right now? What would love say right now? How would love act right now? And so that's the first point. The second point is we want to set aside any idea of chance and coincidence. In reality, there's a divine design in place. And when we trust that we're always exactly where we're needed, exactly with who we need to be with, so that we can help them or guide them to a place of peace and understanding and light, and help them let go of that darkness and that judgment and that fear. And so the second point is to trust that you're always where you are needed. And so make that a special time. Sometimes the ego would say, oh, I'm bored here right now, or what am I doing in this situation or space or with these people? Shift that around and say, no. There's a divine design in place. And so I'm going to focus right now on what aspect of love I can be, and then offer that to my brother and sister. That's point number 2. Point number 3 is starting to appreciate the beauty of the divine design. When you're in a situation the ego is defining as less than great or fun or whatever the ego would say against the situation, but you are able to shift it and use it for good. And something then good comes out of it. Some lesson learned, some greater understanding, some greater form of forgiveness or compassion in the situation. Then you start to become in awe, like, wow, this my ego was setting it up to be boring or non-productive. But I was able to shift that moment, align with the love in me, and then offer that love to my brothers and sisters. So I'm starting to see the perfection of each and every moment, which helps me see the perfection of the divine design and have more trust in my own journey, in my own process, wherever that may take me. I know there's someone who has my back. That's point number 3. Point number 4 is to become more grateful to every single person that you meet and interact with today. Because what are they doing? They're helping you fulfill your function today, the lesson today, to be of service, and therefore to find out and align with your truest self. They're giving you an opportunity. Whatever the ego might say about the situation, what's really happening is that they are offering you an opportunity to serve them. They are offering you the opportunity to align with the love in you and then share this love with others. And thus, by doing so, reinforcing your true nature and remembering who you truly are, your truest self. So that is happening because they are volunteering to help you heal and awaken, so that you can heal and awaken, and so that you can be that healing torch and awakening torch, so that you can guide them out of that darkness, out of that hurt. And so today, that's point number 4, is we're just going to be grateful to everybody we meet and interact with, no matter what the ego says about them. Because the ego will always want to judge something about them and then put them down in some way. But no, today we're going to switch judgment, the ego's judgment, for God's gratitude for who we truly are. And we're going to be grateful for them, for their presence in our lives, no matter what the ego says that situation looks like. And point number 5 will simply be to pay attention to what aspect of love you can offer in that moment. And it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to like serve 100 people or 1,000 people or get 1,000 likes or whatever thing goes on social media. Yes, make that interaction, even if it's one person. Remember, we're all one, right? And so that one person, there's a part in that person who's a part of God. And so that person in essence is God. Because you're serving that person, you're serving a part of God. So you're serving God in that one person. And when you start to realize that, you see that the beauty and the importance of every single person you meet and interact with, and you think about them with love instead of judgment, compassion instead of judgment. Think of them with understanding and kindness and appreciation, instead of what the ego would have you think when it comes to like being resentful or hateful or judgmental or condemning. So just by thought, you don't even have to be with anybody. In the moment, if you're by yourself and you're thinking of somebody and resentment pops up, say, no, that's not my function today. I'm here to serve. I'm here to remember who I truly am, my truest self. And so instead of resentment, I'm going to offer them in my mind compassion. I'm going to pray for their healing. I'm going to pray for their awakening, instead of using that time that the ego would have you swim in the darkness of condemnation and resentment and hate and jealousy and whatever. So you can serve others, not even with them in present. So just your thoughts, just changing your thoughts, just aligning your thoughts with love instead of fear, with forgiveness instead of judgment. Excuse me. with compassion instead of condemnation. You're serving. You're remembering who you truly are and what you're here to be. And when you are with people and they're being judgmental towards others, find a way to offer forgiveness or show them a way to forgiveness. When it could be anything. You can be walking with your friends on the street and you see a homeless person and you give the homeless person a little money or a little food. No matter what your friends think about it, you just offer that. Or you can be a little bit kinder to your waiter in front of your friends. And that way you become a light for them of how to treat others. And if your friends are not feeling very hopeful, you can be that hope for them. And they're feeling sad, you can be that joy for them. And so there's so many opportunities to serve in thought, in the physical form. And so be grateful that those negative thoughts come to mind. Instead of judging yourself for that, be grateful that they're coming into your mind, because you can now correct them by aligning them with love instead of fear. And be grateful to your friends. And so you walk the whole day with gratitude as you serve everybody, because you know that you're serving God Himself. And all that is helping you remember who you truly are and what you're here to do and who you're here to be, your truest self, who God created you to be, the light of the world. And each one of us can be that. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I love you very much. Please like, share, and comment. It would help with the listing process. If you have a question, I will be delighted to try and offer a response. Again, if you made it this far, I love you very much, and God willing, we'll see each other tomorrow. Peace.